Hi friends, and thanks for checking out this video. We are going to be working on our flute 5-note B-flat scale. So from B-flat up to F. I have a couple pages open here, and both these pages are pages that you received in a packet that you got last March when we went on our original school closure. So you can always have those if you want to reference those, or you can just look at the screen here with me, and you'll be able to play along with me as well. So we are looking here at our number 1 scale on this sheet, the concert B-flat scale. Now you're going to see there is in whole notes, it's got some quarter notes here as well as ending on a whole note. We're not going to play that in that exact rhythm. We're probably going to do mostly whole notes to start here, just to kind of review. It also will show the names of the notes underneath, which kind of make it a little bit easier. It's kind of like a cheat sheet. Hopefully we can get to the point where we remember these notes by just looking at where they are in the staff instead of having to write them in. It also shows here on the left-hand side are flat signs, because when you look underneath, it'll say B flat, E flat, E flat, and B flat. Those are the flat symbols. But the actual note doesn't have a flat sign next to it. That's because they put it over here all the way to the left in what is called a key signature. So when you see that flat sign on the same line that B would always be on, that means that every B will be a B flat. Same with the E flat and the E flat space. So if it's E, if that note is in that E space, in that fourth space, and that flat sign is there in the key signature, that means that every E will be played flat. So we also have our flute fingering chart here that we will reference to help us with our fingerings. So looking at that scale, we see all these notes. We know that our B-flat scale is really just in alphabetical order, but we start on the letter B. We just have to remember when we have a flat. So we start on B flat, we go up in the alphabet to C, D, E flat, F. And that's our 5 notes, and then we go back down from F to E flat to D, C to B flat. So what I want to do is I want to go through the fingering chart here, and I want to practice these fingerings before we play them. So we're looking at B flat. We're going to go to our fingering chart, and we need to make sure that when we're looking at the notes on our fingering chart, that they line up exactly with the notes in our scale, because you're going to see that there are more than one of these note names. You can see a C here. There is a C here. So there are 2 C's. Same with D. We have a D over here, and then we have a D up here. So when we look at that, we need to tell where that note is. So you look at this D. When you see the actual note is way above the staff, we are not going to play these notes that are way up here yet. They will be useful to us in the future, but not right now. So when we're looking for B flat. So we look at our scale here. We're looking for the B flat that's on the 3rd space. So even though this is a quarter note, it does not matter if it's quarter, half, or whole, or whatever. We're just paying attention to where it is on the staff in the 3rd line up. 1, 2, 3. So going here, we are looking for a B flat that is 3rd line up. 1, 2, 3. And we have our fingering here. So that'll help us. Pay attention to the very top fingering. Don't pay attention to where it says alternate fingering. We're not going to be using that for right now. So look at here. It shows the keys that we press. Anything that is filled in, one of those circles is filled in, that means we press it. And anything that is left blank means that we leave it open. So B flat, we are going to press here. It shows our thumb. So you see 2 different thumb keys. There is one on the, kind of like I call it the outside thumb, I guess, but it's really the one that's closest to your tone hole. And then you have one right here as well. And you'll see in our fingering chart here, we are going to use this one right here. So you're going to use that thumb key. And then it shows you're going to press your first finger here. Not the one all the way towards the top, the one right here. Then it says to leave your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky open. So you're not pressing any of those. And then you're going to press your first finger in your right hand. And it also shows pinky in your right hand. So you have thumb, first finger, pinky. And that's B flat, and it sounds like this. So our next note in our scale, remember, we're just going alphabetical order from B flat up to C. So we're in the 1, 2, 3rd space. So when we come over here, we look for the C that is in the 3rd space. Now that is going to be this one right here. You see that there are 2 notes that can be used for this fingering. It's really the same fingering for both 3rd space C and then above the staff space B that we will eventually need to know. This fingering is the same. Now it's just how you blow into your flute and how you make that sound change. from a low C to a higher C. So when you look at that fingering, it tells us not to press any thumb, so you leave your thumb off of those keys. You are going to press your first finger. You do not press your middle or ring finger and your pinky. You leave those up. You do not actually press any fingers in your right hand other than your pinky key. So you're pressing your pinky, that is C. So from B flat to C, here is C. And then we're going to go up. A next note in our alphabet really is D. So we're going for 1, 2, 3, fourth line D here. Now, again, like I said, there's a D at the top, but we're not going to use that one because it's way too high. So we're looking at fourth line D here. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. We are using the top fingering here. So it says to press your thumb. You are going to leave your first finger off of this key. And now remember, we always skip this key between our first finger and our middle finger. We never press this key on any occasion for any note. So you're going to press your middle finger, and it wants you to press your ring finger. Leave your pinky up. And in your right hand, it shows first finger, middle finger, ring finger, and, oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at E flat, and we are leaving our pinky up. So first, middle, and ring finger. So again, you leave your first finger up for D, your middle and ring finger up for, or down for D. You're pressing 1, 2, 3 in your right hand. Sounds like this. Going back to our scale here, our next note is E flat. Not E, but E flat. So looking at this note right here, we're looking at the fourth space. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is very similar to D. We press our thumb. We do not press our first finger. We do press our middle and ring. Remember, leaving this key off. We never press that one. And you do press first, middle, and ring in your right hand. But then this is the one where you add your pinky for this key. So that's the only difference from D to E flat is you're just adding your pinky key. So here's E flat. And then our last note in our scale is F. It is the top line F. So back in our fingering chart, we find where that top line F is. It is right here. And it shows us that fingering. You are going to press your thumb. You add back your first finger. You leave this key empty. You press your middle finger, ring finger, and leave your pinky up. And then you press in your right hand just your first finger. You leave your middle and ring finger up, and you press your pinky. Kind of an awkward fingering in your right hand, but once you get used to it, it becomes very easy. And here is F. Now, sometimes you might get the low sound. You want to try the best to make a smaller hole to blow through, and you're blowing that across the edge of the air on the tone hole. That is our top line F. So now that we have and reviewed all of the notes and fingerings in that scale, I want to go through and play them one time through, but I'm going to play them all as whole notes, so 4 beats each. So we're going to start on B flat, go up to F, and back down, just like this scale shows here. You're welcome to play along. Starting on B flat, 1, 2, ready, and go. And there is our 5-note B flat major scale. Thank you for checking this video out. Hopefully you keep practicing and this helps you at home, and we will see you soon. Take care.